talking to you. That's who I am.
All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Ooh, we've already got some people on. Welcome to Wantrepreneur Wednesday. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to be with us. I have a very special guest here today. And you know what? If you're liking this interview as you're watching it, throw us some hearts, right? I love the hearts. So today, I'll introduce myself to you in case you don't know who I am and never chimed in before. My name is Patricia Cimino. I'm a life coach and I work with women to help them discover the next chapter of themselves. And a lot of my work is working with women who want to end up going the entrepreneurial route. So this mini series is dedicated every Wednesday to different women entrepreneurs that are just blowing it up with their businesses. They're doing amazing things. And I wanted to bring them on to let them share their stories to inspire you, Maybe you have a little seed of an idea and hopefully whatever is discussed, maybe you can see what is possible. So today I want to share with you a recent friend, new friend. I just met, we just met each other last year. It was last summer.
October.
Yep. And
I take it back. I threw you off because we met for coffee in the summer.
That's right. So Kimberly and I met, and I don't know how we met, but our paths crossed. Yeah. And one thing has led to another. And Kimberly is here today to share with you her journey of how she ended up starting her business called Bella and Britt, in addition to B&B Foundation, which I love that she's got this philanthropic arm. For many of you that know, I used to have that with my handbag business. So this is really special to have found an entrepreneur who's doing the same thing. So welcome to the broadcast, Kimberly. Okay, so I just want you to introduce yourself to my audience and just tell them, who you are and, what your journey has been and who it is that you're serving and what you're doing.
So my name is Kimberly Arquilla, and I am the owner of Bella and Britt LLC, which is a barrette company. And we have a little group of that called B&B Foundation. I'm the founder of that. And that's to help women in transition. And so it kind of one happened with the other. Initially, I was looking for a creative outlet because I was struggling through a divorce and felt like I needed just something creative. And my daughter had given me this coloring book a couple years for Christmas. And that's what I would do when I would think. And so I tried to live every day. I was just trying to be positive and focus on it and just know that something was coming to me. I thought, well, I really wanted it to be Bella and Britt because my daughter is Isabella and Britt is my niece, Brittany. And I thought I was going to open a bridal store.
A bridal store.
Going through a divorce.
Bridal store to breasts.
Yeah, right.
Listen to this story.
And I kept bumping up against, that wasn't working. I was bumping up against things that weren't flowing naturally. Mm-hmm. And so I knew it wasn't the right path. So I just kind of took a step back and was still focusing through the divorce, and because it's gone on for 3.5 years. And I was at a jewelry show with a girlfriend and met this manufacturer who had beautiful, beautiful jewelry that he's a designer as well. I said, listen, can I send you some designs for some barrettes? Because it drives me crazy that women have this beautiful jewelry and this beautiful hair. And if you have a bad hair day, you need a barrette and you need a beautiful barrette. You don't want a plastic one. And I met him and I sent him some designs and we came out with Bella and Britt barrettes. And so the stones are all chakra stones.
Yeah, this is the part that I love. So share this part because I think this is what makes this line different from other barrettes that you see or barrettes that are just this is not your Walgreen barrette, right?
No, not at all. So these are something that you would keep and hand down to your daughter.
Oh, I love that. It's like a keepsake.
Right. It's an heirloom quality.
Love that.
They're all handcrafted in Greece.
Ooh, I love that even more in Greece.
We do have some here in they're molded in Chicago that are our baby's barrettes or our graduation barrettes that have the Roman numerals of the year engraved into the barrette, so with a diamond, so that you can either engrave it yourself or take the one that's got the engraving in it. And so you can give it different stones for the school colors if it's a high school graduation, or if it's a birthday, you want to put the birthstone. So we have the molded barrettes, but our crafted barrettes, the ones from the artisans in Greece, are all chakra stones or semi-precious stones for birthdays. And they're gorgeous. And so then we kind of developed it into the belts. I thought, God, we get fabulous belts. So we're doing belt buckles, and our iconic piece is coming out in December. We're in Michigan Avenue Magazine. It's a belt buckle about this big with all semi-precious stones and diamonds. And it has a alligator belt that goes either way. And you're only going to need one belt for everything. It's going to go with your black.
That's it.
Stuff.
That's
it's
the belt. That's all you got to buy.
Just that one piece. So I'm really excited about that one.
And
that's
it's a piece of jewelry.
Yeah, and it's something that you will pass down. It's a quality piece. The stones are all quality stones. The diamonds are beautiful, and so it's something you would pass down to someone else. And all of our stuff, if you ever have a problem with it, you just send it back to me. We take it right back to Greece, and they fix it and send it back free.
Wow.
So everything's
awesome
taken care
customer
of.
service, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now how did that lead into B&B, the foundation part of her business?
So I've been going through a divorce, and when I first decided to get divorced, it was a decision that I made. Okay, where do I go? Who do I call? And who do I trust with this like very private situation I find myself in? And I'd reached out to this woman who I'd heard that she was going through a similar situation, a little bit ahead of me, like a year ahead of me. And I hadn't seen her in many years. She was around the same friends, but our circles never crossed, or very rarely. And she was so compassionate and caring. And what happened through that was that she was that call, that text at night, that if I had a little anxiety about something, she's like, hey, I've been there. Let me tell you what I did. Oh, or in the morning, she would send me an inspirational text. And so I thought, I never outed her name because I respect her privacy, and she's so humble. She doesn't realize the impact she had on my life. And I thought every woman deserves to have someone say, listen, aww, I've been there.
Yeah.
How can I help you? And so that kind of was like out of gratitude, B&B was formed. I thought, well, it'd be great to have a charity that my company donates to that supports something that I'm passionate about, which is helping women, empowering us to get back to who we are after we raise our kids. And so everything started flowing just like very easily. Like a friend that I
love that
I had not had in my life in a very long time. We were connected through work, and I loved her and her girls, and we went different paths. But then this brought us back together, and so there's lots of new friendships that have come into my life from it. But it seems like everything just kind of flows the way it's supposed to. So things are happening, and it's kind of scary because it's just like you just trust that you're on the right path when it's that scary.
Oh yeah.
And so it led to B&B, and it just grew and grew and grew. And the people that have come into my life to be a part of it are from all different walks of life, all different situations, all different transitions. And so we wanted to create resources in our community so women would have someone to reach out to and say, this is happening, where do I start?
Oh, wow.
So,
God, every community needs that, right? Mm-hmm. I love how you took, you hear that phrase, I took my mess and made a message out of it.
Right.
Right? Not that it was a mess, but you
understand
what I'm saying.
No, it's a mess.
So you made it your message now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is, right?
Yeah.
So it's beautiful how you have really, how all of this has morphed together. And it's being of service now to all these other people, right?
Well, it's funny because, two things with that. I started, every morning I would just say, whatever happens today is my best and highest good. I have to trust that whatever comes my way.
What a great mantra.
It's you have to have a mantra, right? When you're going through transition, you have to have a mantra. That was my mantra. It's whatever happens, it's my best and highest good. But also a part of that was, I lost my train of thought, was that trying to stay positive and trying to stay above the fray, so you don't get into all the details, and you stay positive and then accept things that come into your life and kind of just try and go with wherever you're moving to.
So would you say when things get hairy, like life like this is what you do? You cling on to these like these mantras, these things that make you feel better about yourself.
Well, that, and I think you just get up and you have to start with gratitude. You have to, I am so incredibly lucky. I have the 3 most amazing kids. It's like every mom brings tears to your eyes because I think, oh my gosh, they're just God's gift to me. And so the first thing I read the last 20 years every morning was, thank you for those 3 kids. 1, 2, 3, just named my 3 things I was grateful for. And so as I started with this divorce, I would add to my grateful list. And I think that the women that came into my life and the situations that came were things that I would take the next day and say, I'm so grateful that this happened.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what advice would you have for a woman who is thinking, I don't want to go back to working for the man 60 hours a week. I don't want to go sit in the cubicle. I've done all that in my life. I'm at a stage of life where, I maybe want to do something, but I just don't know what. But what would you say to her?
I think that we all internally know what we want to do. Mm-hmm. I think I always tell my kids that your subconscious mind knows the answer to a question 7 seconds before the conscious mind does. And that's proven, scientifically proven. And so if you listen to that inner voice and you pay attention, you'll be guided. And if you feel like you're bumping up against too many things, it means you're kind of on the wrong path. And so if you can just take that and like I was telling you earlier, I had a bulletin board, and if I saw something on the street, or if I saw a note, or if I saw anything, a book, whatever, I would put it on that bulletin board. And it became, I wouldn't even know why.
She didn't know the how, you guys. She did not know the how at that point.
I did not know the how.
She just was following what felt good.
Right. And I had all kinds of things on my colors and stuff. And ironically, the color of Belle and Britt is the colors that were my favorite colors that I picked up in like cloth or whatever, because I like textures. And so that's what my board was mainly made of, was ribbons and things of pink and green.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because I'm a pink girl. But, yeah.
That's wild. That's wild.
So,
okay, so what is the best mistake you've ever made?
Best mistake I've ever made was trying to start a bridal store in the middle of a divorce. It wasn't the way to go. It was like I kept bumping up against these problems, and I was thinking, oh, this doesn't have to be this hard. It's supposed to flow different. And so once I got on the right path, it's just things open up, and I live every day with intention, and I pay attention to what's coming into me. So am I supposed to act on that? And then I act. And I think that's what I would tell anyone. It's just, if you see something coming to you, if it scares you a little bit, act on it, because that's going to lead you down where you're supposed to go. I mean,
that's
you
good
can get all the
advice.
messages in the world, but if you don't act, you're not going anywhere.
That's right. You got to take action. Got to take action.
Right.
Your mind might want to try to talk you out of it, but you know.
Well, and that's another thing was I was doing this. Everything just kept telling me, focus on the service piece. I would hear this message in my head every morning, just focus on the service piece. The business has to wait a little bit until I can get through with my divorce and we can separate our households and all that. And it just kept coming to me, just focus on the service. And B&B just kept growing and growing and growing. And when it got to this point, I was like, wow, this is like really big. I'm a little scared by this. But putting this luncheon together and knowing that everything we're doing is about how to remain positive through transition and how to reach out to your girlfriends and know that you can trust someone that's been down that path, or there's someone that's out there that can help you and mentor you. It just grew and grew and grew, and I think that was very scary for me.
Yes, so Kimberly just brought up a very good, she is having a very, I'm super excited about this event that she's having this Saturday, and there are still tickets, so just a few tickets left. So if you're interested, so share a little bit about what this is, because it's got like everything in it. Like, oh my God, I'm so excited to come. She's honoring some really amazing people, and she's got some awesome guest speakers. And for you coaches that are out there watching this,
great opportunity.
The coach that she has that's coming to speak is like big headliner. So go ahead.
So the board and
this Saturday,
I have a really great board that we are all different, aspects of transition. We have Laura Delman, who his husband had committed suicide, and she was in her 60s, and she built this beautiful line of clothing that's absolutely fabulous. And that's what she came out of her transition with this beautiful, creative line of clothing. It's fabulous.
Cool is that?
And I'd met her, and our stories were a little bit the same, because we all have people that committed suicide in our family, whether my dad, her husband, we have cousins and people that we know that they're sisters and brothers. And she and I connected immediately. I said, we're going to do something with this. I don't know what, but we're going to do something together. When the first time I met her, that's what I said, we're going to do something together. And so when I decided we have to have this brunch and bring Andrea in to help people focus on, I'm not a big cusser. I just don't.
Okay, wait, she didn't say who this was. So the person that that is the guest speaker. I know you coaches know who this is.
I was going to go back to that.
Andrea Owens, she's a phenomenal life coach. Right. And she's written her first book, 52 Ways to Lead a Kick-Ass Life. It's an amazing book. Yes. And now this is her second book, and she's going to be the guest speaker. And she's a great speaker.
Phenomenal.
She's funny, and
well, the thing I love about this, there's a quip in this book about Chelsea Handler, and about how and excuse my language, but she said how not to give a fuck. And she's like, every woman gives a fuck. I mean, you do. You try not to, but you do. You care what people say about you. You care that people are watching you, want you to fail or whatever. We all have that in us. And how do we take that and power through it and just say, you know what? It is what it is. And if you're in my corner, you're in my corner. If you're not, get out of my way. Mm-hmm. And I love that aspect of Andrea's book. So pick it up if you don't have it.
Yeah.
Or you can come to the event
and you can hear
a copy of it and meet Andrea.
Yeah, and she's also honoring Julie Renahan from our town, Julie. And
so Julie is, we wanted to honor a woman that had given of herself tirelessly. And I kept bumping up against this name, Julie Renahan. It was all over. It came in a magazine on the house, and something kept telling me, it's like, you got to pay attention to this. And so finally, we were talking about it as a board, who we need to honor someone. I'm like, I know the perfect person. I remember sitting there and saying, I know the name. It's Julie Renahan because
Yes.
she has taken service to a completely different level, especially for women and underprivileged women. And
She's a pro bono lawyer.
Yeah, phenomenal person.
Phenomenal lawyer.
Running for the county board, which I think is phenomenal, and DuPage, and she takes service to a whole different level.
Yeah.
And I think that we have to be about service. When we start like getting upset with ourselves and start looking at our lives, the minute we switch that to giving of others and being of service to someone else, it changes our perspective and it changes our path. So
Yeah.
I love Julie. I love
Yeah.
Julie.
So you guys, if you grab a ticket and come,
Right.
because it's going to be a really phenomenal day, and it's going to be a fashion show from the gal that she's
Laura
befriended,
Bellman,
right?
her fall
And
collection.
it's going to be at the beginning. You're going to have vendors, and you're going to have different.
So all our vendors are mainly women-owned businesses. Yeah, and so we want to support
Right.
them, and we want to encourage them because Belle and Britt will eventually be a lifestyle brand, and hoping to get to a point that a woman that's going through transition, that maybe she's like me. I hadn't worked in 17 years. I was in information technology at Price Waterhouse, and was there for a long time. So when I gave up my career to stay at home, I went from being a corporate person to being a mom, and I was like, all right, how do you get immediate accomplishment or that satisfaction of accomplishment?
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't see it with kids until they're 18 or older. So I wasn't getting it that way. So I wanted to do something. I was doing PSA. I was, on the school commission. I was doing it all. But I think that was a struggle to go from being in the corporate world to being a full-time mom. So then when your kids go away, what are you going to do? So then I knew I was going to have to start looking elsewhere. And I want Belle and Britt to be something that a woman can look at and say, well, I haven't worked in years. My situation's changed with my husband lost his job or a divorce or loss of a spouse. And I can do this. I can take and we can network and support her, and
You're
so that she can
empowering
make
her.
her own money. Right.
You are
Empower
empowering
her
her.
to be her own entrepreneur and bring ideas and things to the Belle and Britt.
That's awesome.
I think
That's
it will,
awesome.
yeah.
I am so grateful that I got a chance
Thank
to
you for
interview
inviting me
you.
here.
And tell the audience where they can find you, online, offline.
So online, it's Bella and Britt, and it's BELLAND, Britt, BRITT.com. If you go to Bella and Britt, and then you click on B&B Foundation, it says be a guest, and it'll tell you all the information you need to know about the day's event. If you want to come and buy a ticket, ticket sales close tonight at midnight. We're taking it off, so you won't be able to buy a ticket after that.
And it's in Burr Ridge at the Burr Ridge Marriott.
Right.
And then also, so are the products on store shelves, or only you can buy online?
My products can only buy online right now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a in-store yet. I don't know that we'll ever be we may have one flagship store, and that's it. We'll just have one.
But
it's not something
look
we're
for
gonna expand into.
the September issue of
Michigan Avenue Magazine, right?
with
They
your belts.
we're in there, and then I'm in there now with my Bretts, and then in December you'll see the iconic belt. That's gonna be fabulous.
Awesome. Well, thank you
Thank you.
so much
Absolutely.
for
I
coming.
loved it.
I'm
Thanks for
so glad
inviting
you're
me.
able to be here.
Thanks for having me.
And we will put in the notes down below Kimberly's website, and we'll put the thread, the link to the tickets if you'd like to join everyone on Saturday. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you back here next Wednesday.